Hello and welcome back. Today's video is going to be a quick review of some skincare that I've been trying out. These are all sheet masks I've been sent from Timeless Truth, from Angela in fact. She's seen my review on the first set of masks that I had and the fact that they weren't necessarily right for me, that they were lovely but they weren't right for my skin at the time. So she sent me these to help try and treat my skin. I had quite uneven skin, I was getting loads of breakouts and it just wouldn't settle. You know when your skin is just having a moment and it refuses to settle and it'll have random breakouts and just be uneven and feel a bit textured of itself. That's what was going on with my skin. Now it looks a lot better. You may notice I have a lovely little spot there and there, but that is due to I recently went for a facial with my mum and my sister and these little spots appeared afterwards, so clearly there was just a little bit left in my skin. The rest of my skin is just lovely and smooth and lots better than it was. So the first mask, she sent me these and she told me in what order to use them and how frequently to use them and all that kind of good stuff. Now, so the first mask is the Charcoal Detox Brightening Facial Beauty Mask. Now this was quite a cool one. I did actually take some footage of this. It's got that checkered effect. So when you applied it, you may have, if you see me on Facebook or on Instagram ages ago, you would have seen me with a crazy looking mask on and I was pulling a very serious face. So it's kind of that checkered effect. And all these, they just fit really nicely over the face. They do say to start from chin to forehead. I actually tend to go the other way because I find it difficult to get it chin to forehead, so I'll use gravity and go forehead to chin and then I'll adjust upwards. That makes sense. So I'll put it on and then I'll start pulling it upwards to make sure it's fitting everywhere really nicely. With any excess I will rub it down my neck to make sure it soaks in that way as well. I popped this on for about 15 to 20 minutes. Now I noticed the biggest difference with this one. I think this is actually my favourite mask and the one at the very end as well. This, so I'll give you a quick rundown. I've got my notes here beside me. It's basically ideal for if you've got congested skin or you know just it needs a bit of a good clean, or if you're in a heavily polluted area, it's really good for that. This has got blah blah blah, so it's for instantly brightens, soothes, firms and hydrates skin. The black powder impregnated in the cloth is Musso Bamboo Charcoal Extract, which is created at a very high temperature and has been proven to be highly absorbent and deep cleansing. When I took this off, immediately afterwards my skin just felt really smooth to the touch and really soft, and it was definitely clean without being tight at all. You know, sometimes you can take a mask off and it can be a wee bit tight of itself. Didn't have any of that kind of stuff. This just felt really really nice on my skin, and like I said, immediately after I was like, oh, my skin just feels so lovely. You know when you can't stop touching your face? That's always a good sign. Definitely noticed a real difference with the first mask immediately. A few days later, so everything is about 3 to 4, let me just check, yeah, about 3 to 4 days after each mask I would use the next one. So the next one is the Green Tea Fennel Soothing Mask. I'm handling these at the edges because I've kept them in a little plastic sleeve and there are little bits of residue. I did tend to actually use them up. What you can do with these are pop them in the fridge for a nice cooling effect before you apply it. When you're done as well, anything that's left you can pop that in the fridge and then use the leftover serum on your face like the next day. I wouldn't leave it too long, but you can definitely sort of use up anything left over the next day, and I have done that, but obviously I've popped the sheet mask back in and now it's just stuff everywhere. So the green tea mask, this is aimed more at those for prone to spots, acne and oily skin. So the green impregnated colour in the cloth is green tea extract itself. It prevents premature signs of aging and refines skin texture. With this layer of protection, it minimises enlarged pores, reduces acne, while improves uneven skin tone and dark pigmentation to help repair the skin. I did notice a wee bit of a difference with this. I noticed the bigger difference, as I said, with the charcoal mask, but this still felt lovely and it brought a lot of the redness down, I think, and it helped to just soothe my skin a lot and give it a good clean again without being like really stripping or anything like that. I enjoyed the scent of all of these. I should mention none of them are really smelly and they don't offend your nose, shall we say. This This was similar to the black one in, you know, the checkered effect, but it green checkered. Yeah, I really enjoyed this one as well. You obviously make sure you cleanse your face before you apply this, and then once you're done, sort of 15 to 20 minutes later, you rub in the residue and it sinks in really nicely. So like this one as well. The third mask is the Orchid Extract Replenish Mask. Now this mask was a wee bit different of itself. It actually has ear holes and it's got a chin bit as well. So I've taken a video of this as well. I think I have a slightly large face, or it's a slightly small mask, but it did require a wee bit of stretching to get it over my ears and things like that. But once it was on, it was actually really good because it held it in place. But just make sure you push the mask down to your face so there's no gapping, so that all the product is getting onto your face. So with this mask, this is aimed at dry, mature skin. And the Orchid Extract mask provides a barrier to the skin, locking in the moisture for long-lasting effect. It instantly helps to hydrate and plump out the tissue, leaving a smoother, finer surface for the skin. This is ideal for a dry, lifeless, dull skin. So this was nice. After my skin had a really good clean, my skin, it actually wasn't too dull of itself. It is starting to brighten, because that was another issue I was having. My skin just looked kind of ashy of itself, and kind of, not ashy, but you know, your skin can sometimes look a bit fneh. You know, a bit dull of itself and a bit not impressed. My skin had already started to improve with the first two masks. So when I popped this one on, this was lovely and hydrating and really nice and soothing. They all were quite soothing because they're quite cooling, but they're just, it was so nice. It kind of felt like it was, I don't know, I guess the best way to describe it, felt like it was sort of draining away any lifelessness. That's clearly not what it was doing, but in your head you have ideas of what's going on. It just helped to brighten everything and soothe everything, and my skin felt really hydrated and just lovely. I really, really enjoyed it. This is one of the masks that I didn't use anything afterwards. I just cleansed my skin, used this mask and popped this all over and just rubbed it in and didn't wash it off. And I really liked it. I left that overnight, and the next morning my skin was so soft, and you know, you can just, as I said, another one of these moments where you're just going around touching your face. I had that with this one. Really, really liked it. Did thoroughly enjoy it. It was a toss-up between this one and the last one as though, you know, another favourite. So the first one was definitely my favourite. This was definitely very close up there. I really enjoyed it. But this last one has to have been my second favourite. It's the apple one. I should mention the first two masks, they retail for $4.99. The third mask, which is the Orchid one, it retails for $6.50. You can also get them in packs, so you can, you know, get a set of, what is it, a set of 5. So you can get a set of 5, and then obviously it costs a wee bit more. The last mask, this is anti-aging, repairs damage, improves elasticity of the skin and prevents premature aging. It's the Cellulous Apple Stem Cell Collagen Mask. Bit of a mouthful there. This almost felt like a gel on my skin. If you remember in my first review, there was one that was kind of more like a gel on your face. That's what this felt like, more than it was the shape of a sheet mask, but it felt much more like a gel almost. It was quite good. So the quick rundown, Cellulous is a nanoscopic fibre that is highly compatible with the human body and can deeply penetrate through the outer layers of the skin whilst allowing the skin to breathe. So using stem cell extract extracted from Swiss apple, I'm not going to even attempt to pronounce that. You can check out the blog for what the blurb is. The skin is nourished and stimulated. The apple stem cells act in a very similar way to the human skin cells. So they help repair damage, and they delay and reduce visible signs of aging. This felt lush. I used this one last, and I had given myself just a normal clay mask beforehand and popped this on after. You know, I was having a double mask kind of day, and I just wanted to see how the masks behaved with other masks, but it was so nice. This was another one that I left the serum on my skin after I'd taken it off, and my skin the next morning just felt really, really nice, and immediately afterwards my skin felt really nice and really hydrated, really moisturised, just lovely and plump and looking really, really nice. I can confirm that I had massive amounts of pigmentation going on in this area where I'd had scarring, and it was just not shifting for love nor money. I'm aware that it would eventually shift over a certain amount of time, but it was just taking a while to get there. This definitely helps speed it up. It's actually massively reduced. I'm really impressed with that. And I haven't, touch wood, touch all the wooden things, haven't had a massive breakout, haven't had my skin just feeling really congested and gross and clogged. So I really think that that contributed towards that and lifting everything and giving it a really good clean. So really impressed. I think it's good to use the masks in that order where it gave it a nice clean and then it was all nice and hydrating and moisturising and making it feel better. I actually in some cases used them closer together, so it was like not every other day, but you know, on 2 days. So rather than the 3 to 4, I was shortening it ever so slightly, and that seemed to work fine. I did delay using the last one. It took me a wee while to get around to using that just because I was distracted. But at that point my skin was looking a lot better, so again I wasn't in a massive rush to be like, oh, I have to use the next one. My skin was already looking much better, and then I used it and was like, oh yeah, that was really nice. So I definitely recommend investigating these masks. They're quite reasonably priced. The apple mask at the end there, that was $7.90. But you get a better deal if you buy them in bulk. Now I'm not affiliated, I'm not getting anything for saying any of this, nothing like that. She was just really kind and sent them to me, and I thought it'd be nice to do a wee review on it. So if you have any questions, please let me know. This is going to be short and sweet. I think they're affordable. I think they're good for your skin. Definitely recommend investigating using different masks for different purposes, obviously, but don't always just stick to deep cleansing masks. You know, use hydrating masks and other types of masks to help your skin and to make sure it remains nice and elastic and plump, and to help shift any pigmentation you might have. Masks are really good for that. I'm getting back into them massively, and thankfully I've been sent loads to test out, so expect so many more reviews either on the blog or on here. But that is it. Thanks a million for watching. Please like if you liked, please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye. Looks nice and suits me and blah blah. I still think I've got mermaid dysmorphia. I am missing my blue and green hair quite badly, but I have a big Irish